The particle accelerator hummed beneath the Himalayan research facility as Dr. Rajesh Patel adjusted his safety goggles. He'd spent 15 years studying quantum entanglement, but nothing had prepared him for what he was about to witness. His research partner, Dr. Amira Hassan, monitored the readings from her station with intense focus. "Ready for test sequence 17. Amira called out, her fingers hovering over the controls. Their experiment was meant to explore new methods of quantum communication, but the previous 16 tests had produced unexplainable energy readings. Initiating in 3, 2, 1. Rajesh activated the sequence. The test chamber filled with a soft blue glow as the quantum particles began their dance. Everything seemed normal until the energy readouts suddenly spiked. "Rajesh, look at this." Amira's voice carried a mix of excitement and confusion. "The particles aren't just entangling. They're creating some kind of field effect." He hurried to her station, eyes widening at the data streaming across the screen. The quantum particles had formed a stable matrix, something that should have been impossible according to every physics textbook ever written. But what truly caught his attention was how the field was interacting with other forms of energy in the chamber. "Run a diagnostic on the containment field," he suggested, already suspecting what they might find. Amira's fingers flew across the keyboard, and moments later they both stared at the results in stunned silence. The quantum matrix wasn't just stable, it was absorbing and redistributing energy from the containment field with perfect efficiency. No heat generation, no energy loss, just pure conversion and redirection. "We need to test this," Rajesh said, already reaching for the laser array controls. "If this works the way I think it might." Hours turned into days as they refined their discovery. The quantum shield, as they began calling it, could absorb virtually any form of energy directed at it, from simple heat to concentrated plasma beams. Better still, it could redirect that energy in controlled bursts or store it for later use. Word of their discovery spread quickly through the scientific community. Within weeks, the facility was hosting military observers from a dozen nations, all watching in amazement as the quantum shield defeated every weapon they tested against it. "You understand what you've created here?" General Sofia Torres asked after another successful demonstration. "This changes everything about defensive capability." Rajesh and Amira exchanged glances. They had started their research hoping to improve communication technology. Instead, they had created humanity's greatest shield, and they had no idea how desperately it would be needed. The breakthrough came just in time. High above Earth, beyond even the most powerful telescope's reach, the first ships of the Crumbled Empire were already plotting their course toward the solar system. They had subjugated 100 worlds with their advanced energy weapons, and they saw no reason this primitive planet would be any different. They would soon learn that humanity had a few surprises in store. Fleet Admiral Jun Nakamura stood on the bridge of the EDF Sentinel, Earth's first quantum shield-equipped warship, watching the massive alien vessels emerge from hyperspace. The Crumbled Empire's arrival had been detected by deep space sensors 3 days ago, giving humanity precious little time to prepare. Multiple energy signatures powering up, Lieutenant Olivia Rodriguez reported from her tactical station. "Their weapons are hot, Admiral." Jun remained calm, though his hand tightened slightly on the command rail. The Sentinel might be humanity's most advanced ship, but it looked like a toy compared to the Crumbled dreadnoughts. Each alien vessel bristled with energy weapons that could reduce a city to ash. "Open communications," Jun ordered. "All frequencies, all languages." They had practiced first contact protocols for years, but this was humanity's first real test. The main screen flickered to life, revealing a towering figure with iridescent scales and penetrating golden eyes. "I am High Commander Vexthor of the Crumbled Empire," the alien announced in perfectly translated English. "Your world has been chosen for integration into our dominion. Resist, and we will demonstrate why 100 worlds have fallen before us." Jun straightened his uniform. This is Fleet Admiral Jun Nakamura of the Earth Defense Force. We wish to establish peaceful relations, but we will defend ourselves if necessary. Vexthor's laugh echoed through the bridge. Defend? With that tiny vessel? Our smallest weapon could vaporize your entire ship. The alien commander's expression shifted to what might have been pity. I will demonstrate. A small lesson to encourage your cooperation. Before Jun could respond, a brilliant beam of energy lanced out from the Kraxan flagship, striking the Sentinel dead center. The bridge crew held their breath. But instead of destruction, they watched as the quantum shield caught the energy beam and absorbed it completely. Shield status, Jun asked calmly. 100%, Admiral, Olivia reported, unable to keep a small smile from her face. The quantum matrix is holding perfectly. Energy has been captured and stored for potential redirection. On the screen, Vexthor's expression had shifted from amusement to confusion. Impossible. Full power to the main cannon. Show these primitives the true might of the Empire. The Kraxan flagship's massive primary weapon charged up, its energy reading off the charts. The beam that emerged could have split a moon in half, but when it struck the Sentinel, the quantum shield simply absorbed it like a sponge soaking up water. Would you like to see what happens to all that energy you just gave us? Jun asked conversationally. Lieutenant Rodriguez, if you would. Olivia's fingers danced across her console, activating the quantum shield's redistribution protocol. The stored energy emerged in a controlled cascade, forming beautiful patterns in space as it harmlessly dissipated. The bridge of the Kraxan flagship had gone very quiet. Vexthor stared at the readings, then at the tiny human ship that had just nullified his most powerful weapons. How? What is this technology? Something we discovered while studying quantum communications. Jun explained. A happy accident, you might say. Now, shall we discuss peaceful relations? As equals. The next few hours were tense as more Earth ships arrived, each equipped with quantum shields, while the Kraxan fleet hung back, their weapons silent. Word spread quickly through their empire. They had found something unprecedented. A civilization that could not be conquered through superior firepower. In his private quarters later, Jun received a message from Dr. Patel and Dr. Hassan. They had been monitoring the encounter and had spotted something fascinating in the energy patterns of the Kraxan weapons, something that might lead to an even greater breakthrough. The age of humanity's isolation was over, but not in the way anyone had expected. They had entered the galactic stage, not as conquerable primitives, but as innovators who had discovered something that would change the balance of power throughout known space. Ambassador Nadia Okonjo smoothed her ceremonial robes as she entered the grand chamber of the newly established Galactic Diplomatic Forum on Luna Base. The massive dome above showed Earth rising over the lunar horizon, a reminder of what she was fighting to protect. Representatives from 7 different alien civilizations filled the chamber, their conversations creating a symphony of translator-assisted dialogue. The Helix Collective remains concerned about the proliferation of quantum shield technology, announced Ambassador Zinra, their crystalline form refracting light as they spoke. Such power should not rest in the hands of a single species. Yet you were unconcerned when the Kraxan Empire dominated space with their energy weapons. Nadia countered smoothly. The quantum shield has created balance, not chaos. The Kraxan representative, Sub-Commander Mexthor, shifted uncomfortably. Their empire's failed attempt to subjugate Earth had become something of a diplomatic embarrassment. We merely suggest that sharing such technology could prevent misunderstandings. A quiet alert chimed on Nadia's secure comm unit. Dr. Hassan was requesting an immediate private conference. Esteemed colleagues, I request a brief recess, Nadia announced, following diplomatic protocol. In her private chamber, Amira's hologram appeared, her expression grave. We've detected unauthorized attempts to probe our quantum shield facilities. The energy signatures match both Helix and Kraxan technology. Nadia's mind raced through the implications. They're working together. That's unprecedented. There's more. Amira continued. We've identified a new property of the quantum matrix. It doesn't just absorb and redirect energy. It can enhance certain types of faster-than-light communications. The possibilities for galactic civilization are enormous. Back in the chamber, Nadia faced the assembled representatives with new purpose. Before we continue discussing technology sharing, I have an announcement. Earth scientists have discovered that quantum shield technology can revolutionize faster-than-light communications. The chamber erupted in excited conversation. The Arcturian delegate, a being of pure energy contained within an environmental suit, moved forward. The Arcturian nexus has long sought to improve FTL communications. Perhaps we have focused too much on acquiring your defensive technology, when cooperation might yield greater benefits. An interesting proposal, the Helix representative admitted, their crystalline surface shifting colors thoughtfully. But Nadia noticed Sub-Commander Mexthor quietly leaving the chamber, already speaking into their own communication device. She made a mental note to alert Earth's security forces. The Kraxan Empire might have officially accepted peaceful relations, but old habits died hard. Later that evening, as Nadia reviewed the day's diplomatic transcripts, she received an urgent message from Fleet Admiral Nakamura. Ambassador, long-range sensors have detected large fleet movements in Kraxan space. They're mobilizing. They wouldn't dare attack directly, Nadia mused. Not after their first attempt failed so spectacularly. No, Jun agreed, but they might try something more subtle. Our intelligence suggests they're gathering allies. Multiple species who fear how quantum shield technology might change the balance of power. Nadia thought about Dr. Hassan's discovery of the quantum shield's communication possibilities. Perhaps there was a way to turn this crisis into an opportunity. Admiral, patch me through to Dr. Patel and Dr. Hassan. I have an idea that might change everyone's perspective on this situation. As she outlined her plan, Nadia knew they were walking the diplomatic tightrope. But humanity hadn't come this far by playing it safe. Sometimes the boldest moves led to the greatest breakthroughs, in science and in diplomacy. Chief Engineer Marcus Rodriguez stood in the newly constructed Quantum Integration Laboratory, watching as his alien counterpart manipulated the holographic controls. Telara, a senior scientist from the Arcturian Nexus, moved her energy form hands through the quantum field projections with incredible precision. The communication bandwidth increases exponentially when we combine your quantum shield technology with our energy manipulation techniques, Telara observed, her voice carrying the musical tone characteristic of her species. It's beautiful, really, like watching two cosmic forces dance together. Marcus nodded, checking the readings on his tablet. And the defensive capabilities actually improve with the integration. We're not just combining technologies, we're creating something entirely new. Their work was interrupted by a facility-wide alert. Ambassador Okanjo's face appeared on the main screen. The Kraxan fleet has moved. They've assembled 30 dreadnoughts at the edge of our solar system, and they're not alone. Ships from the Helix Collective and 3 other species are with them. They're really going to try it, Marcus muttered, even after everything we've shown them about the potential for cooperation. Telara's energy form pulsed with concern. My people warned me that some species would rather maintain their power through force than risk change through collaboration. But they don't understand what we've achieved here. Marcus stared at their latest test results, an idea forming. Maybe it's time we showed them. He opened a channel to the Defense Command. Admiral Nakamura, Ambassador Okanjo, I need you both to see something. We might have a way to end this without anyone getting hurt. Hours later, as the combined alien fleet approached Earth, they encountered something unexpected. Every quantum shield-equipped human vessel had taken up formation around the planet. But they weren't alone. Arcturian ships flew alongside them, their energy-based technology perfectly synchronized with Earth's defenses. This is High Commander Vexthor, the Kraxan leader transmitted. Stand down and surrender your quantum shield technology, or we will be forced to. Before you finish that threat, Ambassador Okanjo interrupted. "Watch this." She nodded to Marcus and Talara. The combined human-Arcturian fleet activated their integrated systems. The quantum shields didn't just absorb energy now, they transformed it, creating a massive communication network that spread across the solar system. Every ship, every station, every facility suddenly connected with crystal-clear, faster-than-light communications. "This is what we've been trying to tell you," Marcus transmitted to the assembled fleet. "The quantum shield isn't just a defensive technology. When combined with other species' innovations, it opens up possibilities none of us could achieve alone." Talara's voice joined his. "My people have already seen the potential. The Arcturian nexus has evolved beyond physical form, yet we still had limits. Working with humans, we've broken through barriers we thought were permanent." The Helix collective ships were the first to break formation with the Kraxan fleet. Their crystalline vessels moved closer, sensors obviously analyzing the quantum energy network in fascination. "Your weapons can't harm us," Admiral Nakamura added, "but we're not interested in proving that again. We're interested in building something greater than weapons." One by one, ships from the other species began to drop out of attack formation. Finally, only the Kraxan dreadnoughts remained. High Commander Vexthor was silent for a long moment. "For centuries, the Kraxan Empire has dominated through superior firepower. You're asking us to consider another way. We're offering you a chance to be part of something revolutionary," Ambassador Okonjo replied. "Humanity didn't develop the quantum shield to dominate. We created it to protect. Now we're using it to connect. Join us." The tension broke when Vexthor laughed, a sound no one expected from the warrior leader. Perhaps it is time for the Empire to evolve as well. We accept your invitation to collaborate." In the Quantum Integration Laboratory, Marcus and Talara watched as their creation brought former enemies together. The quantum shield had started as an accidental discovery in a lab beneath the Himalayas. Now it was the foundation of a new era of galactic cooperation. "You know," Marcus said to Talara, "I think this is just the beginning. Imagine what we'll discover next, now that we're all working together." Talara's energy form brightened. "That, my friend, is the most exciting discovery of all, the potential of unity."